If you are over 60 and you think that slow walking is enough to keep your balance steady, I want you to pause this video for a moment and really listen to what I am about to share with you. Because what you are about to hear might completely change the way you think about your balance, your strength, your circulation, and how long you live on your own 2 feet. For years, we were told that a quiet daily walk is the safest and smartest way to stay healthy as we age. And while walking is still valuable, new research and real-world proof now show that there is one simple exercise that is even better than walking for people over 60. And most seniors are not doing it at all. The shocking truth is that this one small movement can rebuild your ankles, strengthen your bones, sharpen your balance, fire up your circulation, protect your heart, support your brain, and dramatically reduce your risk of falls, fractures, and loss of independence. And the best part is, you do not need a gym, you do not need special shoes, and you do not need to be athletic to begin. You just need a chair and 5 steady minutes a day. And today, I am going to give you exactly that. Welcome to the channel, my friend. If you are new here, this is your home for real, simple, science-backed health and fitness guidance for strong, energetic, and independent living after 50 and beyond. And if you are returning, I am truly grateful to have you back with me today. The topic we are discussing right now is one of the most important topics I have ever shared on this channel. And I strongly encourage you to watch this video all the way to the end, because not only will I reveal the single exercise that beats walking for people over 60, but I will also show you exactly how to do it safely, how often to do it, how to fit it into your daily routine, and how to adjust it even if you have joint pain, weak ankles, or low energy. Now let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your ankles wobble? Have you ever walked across a hallway and felt unsure of your footing? Have you ever stepped off a curb and held your breath for a second? You are not alone. Millions of seniors walk every single day and still struggle with weak ankles, poor balance, stiff calves, and a quiet fear of falling. The reason is simple. Walking is a forward motion activity that gently uses the same limited muscles in the same old way, and it does very little to stop age-related muscle and bone loss, especially in the lower legs. After the age of 60, we lose muscle faster than we build it if we do not actively challenge our body, and the lower legs are often the first place to weaken. Your calves and ankles are the foundation of every single step you take. They are your stabilizers, your shock absorbers, and your launch pads. When they get weak, everything above them becomes unstable. And that brings us to the one exercise that is better than walking for people over 60. That exercise is the simple, powerful, and quietly life-changing movement known as the standing heel raise, also called the calf raise. Yes, you heard that right. Slowly rising up onto your toes and lowering back down, done the right way, is one of the most powerful exercises for seniors on the planet. It may look small, but it activates some of the most important muscles in your entire body, including your calves, ankles, arches, shins, and the small stabilizer muscles that keep you upright. These are the exact muscles you need for walking, climbing stairs, standing from a chair, catching your balance, and preventing a devastating fall. Unlike walking, which becomes easier the more you do it, heel raises continue to challenge your body in a controlled way that actually builds strength, balance, and bone density rather than just maintaining movement. Let me paint a picture for you. Every time you rise up onto your toes, you are loading the entire weight of your body through the balls of your feet. That is real strength training. Walking, on the other hand, spreads that load across your whole foot and almost never pushes your ankles and calves to their real limit. This is why someone can walk every day and still feel wobbly on uneven ground. It is not because they are lazy. It is because walking alone does not train the lower legs the way daily life truly demands. Now, before you worry and think, I am too old for this, or my ankles cannot handle that, let me reassure you. The standing heel raise is one of the safest exercises you can do when performed correctly. In fact, the famous Otago exercise program, used by physical therapists around the world for fall prevention, lists heel raises as a foundational movement for older adults. Dr. Sophia, a leading geriatric researcher who has spent over 2 decades studying balance and falls in older populations, often reminds her patients that the simplest movements are usually the most powerful. You control the height, you control the speed, and you always have a chair or wall within reach for support. It meets you exactly where your body is right now. Here is how you do it safely. Stand behind a sturdy chair with both hands resting lightly on the back of it for balance. Place your feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart. Your knees stay soft and straight, your shoulders relaxed, and your eyes looking forward. Slowly press down through the balls of your feet and lift your heels off the ground until you are standing tall on your toes. Do not rush. Pause for 1 second at the top, and slowly lower your heels back down to the floor under control. That is 1 repetition. If needed, you can do this seated by pressing your toes down and lifting your heels off the ground while your toes stay on the floor. And as you get stronger, you can try doing single-leg heel raises while holding the chair for support. Now let me tell you something powerful. Multiple published studies, including work led by researchers such as Dr. Sophia and her colleagues, show that seniors who can perform more heel raises in 30 seconds have stronger bones, steadier balance, and a significantly lower risk of falling than those who cannot. In fact, one well-known test called the heel rise test is used around the world as a simple predictor of independence in older adults. This single movement directly reflects your biological age more accurately than many expensive medical tests. That is how important this exercise truly is. But the benefits do not stop at your ankles. When you perform this movement regularly, your heart works a little harder, your circulation improves, your calf muscles act like a second pump, pushing blood back up to your heart, your oxygen delivery increases, and your metabolism becomes more efficient. This means better endurance, better energy, and better overall cardiovascular health than walking alone can provide. You are not just strengthening your muscles, you are strengthening your entire system. And here is something even more exciting. When you challenge your muscles, your body releases powerful chemical signals called myokines. These are like little messengers that travel through your bloodstream and help reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, support brain health, and even protect against certain chronic diseases. Walking produces some of these benefits, but resistance-based movements like heel raises trigger a much stronger response because the calf muscles are among the largest and most responsive muscle groups in the entire body. Let us also talk about balance. Falls are one of the greatest threats to independence after 60. One fall can change your life forever. Heel raises train your balance, your coordination, and your ability to stabilize your body under real-world conditions. Every time you rise up and lower down with control, your nervous system learns how to keep you steady. This is exactly what you need to avoid dangerous falls on stairs, sidewalks, and slippery floors. Now you may be wondering, how often should I do this exercise, and how many repetitions should I start with? The answer is simple and flexible. Start with what you can safely and comfortably handle. For some people, that might be 5 repetitions. For others, it may be 10 or even 15. The goal is to feel your calf muscles working without sharp pain in your joints. Do it once a day or at least 3 to 4 times per week. Over time, as your strength improves, you can increase your repetitions, slow down the movement, or try single-leg versions for a much bigger challenge. And let me tell you something deeply encouraging. I have seen people in their 70s and even their 80s who felt terrified of curbs and uneven sidewalks. And within just a few weeks of practicing this one movement consistently, they walked with more confidence, stood steadier in line at the grocery store, and felt younger in their bodies than they had in years. This is not about becoming an athlete. This is about protecting your freedom. Of course, walking still has its place. It is wonderful for mental health, circulation, and gentle cardiovascular conditioning. But if walking is the only exercise you are doing, you are missing the most critical piece of the aging puzzle, and that is lower leg strength and balance. Without it, every step becomes riskier. Without it, confidence fades. Without it, independence quietly slips away. And that is exactly why this one simple exercise is better than walking alone for people over 60. Now let us be very clear and responsible here. If you have severe joint pain, recent surgery, or a serious medical condition, always speak with your doctor or physical therapist before starting any new exercise routine. Your safety always comes first. Never push through sharp pain. Mild muscle fatigue is normal, but pain is not. As we continue this video, I am going to show you how to make this exercise even more pain is not. As we continue this video, I am going to show you how to make this exercise even more powerful with small variations you can do at home, how to combine it with walking for maximum results, and how just 5 minutes a day can completely change the way your body feels within the next 30 days. And you are not going to want to miss that. Before we go further, if this information is already helping you, take 1 second right now to tap the like button, because it truly helps this channel reach more people who need this message. And if you want more simple, life-changing health and fitness guidance for strong aging, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Now take a deep breath with me, relax your shoulders, and remember this: your age does not define your strength. Your past does not limit your future. And your body is still capable of incredible improvement when you give it the right movement, the right consistency, and the right belief. Now let us gently go deeper into this, because I want you to fully understand why this simple heel movement is so powerful and how it can truly reshape the way your body feels day after day. You see, after the age of 60, your body changes in very specific ways. Hormone levels slowly decline, nerve signals become slightly slower, bone density begins to drop, and muscle fibers shrink if they are not challenged. This is not a failure of your body. This is simply biology. But here is the beautiful truth most people are never told. Your body still responds to strength just as powerfully at 60, 70, and even 80 as it did when you were younger. It may respond a little slower, but it still responds. And the standing heel raise speaks directly to this natural system of rebuilding. Every time you lift your heels and then lower them slowly under control, you are sending a powerful signal through your bones, muscles, and brain that says, we still need strength, we still need stability, we still need coordination. And your body answers that signal by rebuilding muscle fibers, increasing bone density in the calcaneus and tibia, and improving the way your ankles move together. Walking simply does not send that same strength-building message with enough intensity. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine stepping off a curb without that little jolt of fear. Imagine walking on a slightly uneven path and feeling steady. Imagine standing in a long line without shifting your weight and worrying you might tip over. These are not fantasies. These are the direct effects of building just a little more strength in your calves, ankles, and feet. And this one movement trains all of that at once, in the most practical way possible. Now let us talk about something very important that almost no one discusses openly, and that is fear of falling. Many people over 60 quietly limit their movement because they are afraid. Afraid of slipping, afraid of losing balance, afraid of not being able to recover. And when fear enters the body, movement decreases. When movement decreases, weakness increases. And when weakness increases, the risk of falling actually becomes higher. It becomes a dangerous cycle. Heel raises break that cycle in the safest possible environment. You are practicing the exact skill your body needs to stay steady in a controlled and protected way. And with each repetition, your confidence grows along with your strength. Dr. Sophia often says in her workshops that the strongest medicine for fear of falling is calm, repeated, successful movement. Let me also explain why this exercise is so gentle on your joints when done correctly. When you lift and lower slowly under control, your muscles absorb most of the load rather than your knees, hips, or ankles taking the full impact. This is completely different from activities that involve jumping, sudden twisting, or hard impact on the ground. You are training strength without shock. That is exactly what aging joints need. Now I know some of you are thinking, that sounds great, but my ankles hurt, or my calves cramp, or I have been inactive for years. And I want you to know that these concerns are valid. Your body has a history, but that history does not have to define your future. If your ankles are sensitive, you simply do not lift as high. You only move through the range that feels comfortable. If your calves cramp, you pause and breathe before the next repetition. If you have been inactive, you start with just 3 or 4 repetitions. The power is not in doing a lot. The power is in doing it consistently. Consistency is what transforms the body. Not intensity, not perfection, consistency. 5 minutes a day, done almost every day, will always outperform one intense workout done once in a while. Your muscles respond best to frequent, gentle reminders that they are still needed. Let us also talk about breathing, because this is another hidden secret to making this exercise even more powerful. As you lift your heels up, gently breathe out through your mouth. As you lower your heels back down, breathe in slowly through your nose. This breathing pattern helps stabilize your core, supports your spine, and keeps your blood pressure more balanced during the movement. Now imagine stacking this habit with something you already do every day. For example, you can do your heel raises while waiting for your coffee to brew, while standing at the kitchen counter, or during the first commercial break of your favorite show. When exercise becomes part of your normal routine, instead of something separate you have to remember, it becomes effortless. And when it becomes effortless, it becomes permanent. There is also a deep emotional benefit to this movement that I want to talk about. Honestly, as we age, many people slowly feel like their world is shrinking. Certain paths feel too risky, certain outings feel too far. And slowly, without realizing it, life becomes smaller. Strength reverses this emotional shrinking. When your body feels steady again, your mind opens again. You feel more willing to go out, to travel, to visit grandchildren, to try. Physical steadiness feeds emotional confidence. This connection is real and powerful. Now let me share a simple way to progress this exercise. After a few weeks, when your body feels more comfortable, you do not need weights. You do not need machines. You simply slow down the lowering phase. Instead of dropping your heels back to the floor normally, you lower them over 3 slow seconds. 1, 2, 3, then rise back up. This slow lowering creates a powerful stimulus for muscle growth, joint control, and bone strength while remaining very safe. Another gentle progression is to pause for 1 full second at the very top, standing tall on your toes, before slowly lowering down. That tiny pause forces your muscles to work even harder to control your body. Small changes like this lead to big improvements over time. Now let us bring walking back into the picture, but in the right way. Walking is still wonderful for your heart, your circulation, your mood, and your mental clarity. But walking should support your balance training, not replace it. Think of walking as nourishment for your heart and heel raises as nourishment for your foundation. Together, they form a complete and balanced approach to healthy aging. You might be walking every day already, and that is fantastic. Simply add this one movement before or after your walk, and you will begin to feel the difference in just a matter of weeks. More steadiness in your steps, more confidence on uneven ground, less fear on stairs, more spring in your stride. You are not broken, you are not fragile, you are not too old. Your body is adaptive, it is intelligent, it wants to heal, it wants to grow stronger, but it can only respond to the signals you give it. And this simple daily movement tells your body very clearly that strength and stability are still required. Let me speak directly to anyone listening who feels discouraged about their health. Maybe you have tried exercise before and gave up. Maybe pain stopped you. Maybe life got in the way. Maybe you simply lost motivation. None of that matters anymore. What matters is what you choose to do next. And your next step does not have to be big. Your next step can be as simple as lifting your heels off the floor 5 times today with care and intention. Progress does not come from dramatic actions. Progress comes from quiet decisions repeated daily. As you continue to practice this movement, you may notice subtle changes before you notice big ones. You may feel a little steadier on your feet. You may notice you walk across the kitchen without pausing for balance. You may feel slightly less tired at the end of the day. These are signs that your body is responding. Celebrate these small wins. They are the foundation of long-term transformation. Now, in the next part of this video, I am going to show you how to turn this one simple exercise into a complete 5-minute daily routine that targets your calves, ankles, and balance without ever getting down on the floor. I will also share how many people unknowingly sabotage their progress with one common mistake and exactly how to avoid it so you do not waste weeks of effort. But before we go there, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me your age and whether you already include any balance or strength exercises in your routine, or if walking has been your main form of activity. I read every single comment, and your responses help guide future videos for this community. And if this message is resonating with you, if it is giving you hope, If it is helping you see your body in a new way, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and become part of this growing family focused on strong, confident, healthy aging. And do not forget to gently tap the like button, because each like tells the platform to show this message to more people who truly need it. Take a deep breath again, relax your jaw, drop your shoulders. You are doing better than you think, and it is never too late to become steadier than you were yesterday. We are going to continue building on this in the next part, and I promise you what is coming will make this even easier to apply in your daily